Hey, what's going on, everybody? I hope you guys can hear me. This is the Artist Sound Show. I am your host, KJ. Yes, we've been doing this for quite a while, and I'll say I've been having great success in doing these shows. I definitely appreciate you guys for watching and being very supportive. I had quite a few negative responses here and there, but it's not enough to say I shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Like for every negative response, I get like 10 to 15 more people who say, "Man, I love what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing." Followed by questions, "Man, I've been watching your videos and I love what you've been doing." Or the famous one, "Man, I've been trying to figure out which one should I go with, the Renaissance or should I go with the Machine, or should I go get the Micro versus the Machine Studio?" And then I get a lot of other questions like, "Do you think the Machine Studio is worth it? I have the MK1 or I have the MK2, and I'm looking to upgrade, but I'm not sure if it's worth it, because the machine is a nice penny." And I'm going to say the same thing that I say all the time on most of my shows. And like the whole the whole reason why I do these is because I love machines so much. If you look at that, ladies and gentlemen, and this time I got the camera at a perfect angle. Let's see how we do next week. It might not be that perfect next week. If you watch all my videos, the camera angle is always different. And that's because I work a lot in my studio. I'm always moving stuff around, setting up according to what's going on for the week. I might have a live band here sometimes, and I have to move mics around and things like that. And um, you know, it's never the same every time. So, I guess you guys can see that. But anyway, last week we started something, and I guess you can call it a series, Machine for Beginners. And this time we're going to continue that concept. I have a lot of people who just got the machine and like to know a lot about how to make songs and different things inside a machine. Maschine Studio is a powerhouse. I love it. This thing does everything I needed to do. The other thing that most people, well, you probably know, but you don't know how to do, is this thing is capable of automation. So you can make this thing do stuff, by just hitting, where's that button? Auto. This auto button right here is my best friend. This is how I automate things inside of machine according to the parameters. Like for instance, if I click off of browse, the different settings here, I can automate these settings by hitting auto and turning whatever knob corresponding to whatever I'm doing, just depending on what I'm doing. Okay, so and then you can hit shift. My hands is long enough, so I usually do it like this, but you can do it like this too. That's a special technique I'm showing you guys for free. You know what I'm saying? Because it's just hard around here. Everybody think they can get something for free, but okay, this is a special technique. You understand me? Shift, save. um, on the real tip, everything is controllable from the surface, from this control surface here. From saving your session to pulling up new projects to pulling up sounds and automation, quantizing your track, or 50% quantized, which is awesome. You can say you want something to come close to quantization, but not quite. There's a 50% quantized button here, and it was on the MK1, MK2. It was always a part of these machines here. So all right, I guess I could do a review on this new expansion kit that I got a week ago. It's called Drop Squad. Drop Squad is a dubstep expansion. So they got a lot of dubstep breaks and bass wobble basses and different things like that. I love it. I recently had a chance to really dive in and do something with the sounds in there. I'll say the last couple of days. So yeah. Um, as always, on all, as long as we've been doing this, most of these sessions are geared towards you guys. Q&A. If you got any questions, please feel free. When I see the question, I'll answer them to the best of my ability. So if we just dive in, let's dive right on in. This is the Maschine Studio. Like I said, I don't have every expansion. I should, but I don't, because a lot of the expansions that they have, I can manipulate the sound to do what I need, or I don't need that sound. I don't need that expansion for what I'm trying to do. So I just only purchase what I need. I don't just, buy them all. But I have quite a few expansions, like the Lucid Mission, which is for pop, dance, even dubstep. They got dubstep wobble bass in here. I got the laser dice, more so geared towards like trap 808 kits and stuff like that. True School was my first kit that I bought, more so for the dirty hip hop, real hip hop stuff, or underground sound. Then I got the Drop Squad, and the other kits that are just available in here is Machine and Battery by default, I guess. If you have, I think they come out of the box when you first purchases. Not sure about Battery. Battery may come if you purchase the complete, yeah, if you purchase the Complete 9 or the Complete 9 Ultimate or whatever, I think that comes with it. But I think Battery comes with the machine if you just buying the machine. I'm not sure. Yeah. Appreciate you, D-Loud, for coming out. Thanks. I appreciate it, man. If you got any questions, definitely ask your questions. I am the guru. That's what people call me. I don't claim to be the guru. I just love machining, and I just do what I have to. Okay, so the first tip that I like to share is, for instance, and you wonder how I stop that, because sometimes you have samples in the browser or whatever you got, and it kind of prolongs, and you like, how do I stop that sound? Just hit shift mute. Shift mute shuts it out. That's a tip that you won't really find anywhere, and I'm sharing that with you guys. That was one of those things that I was looking for something else, and someone showed me that, and now I'm passing that on. So yeah, shift mute is what shift mute is what eliminates it from playing all the way until it ends. Okay, now this is one thing that I began to start talking about last week. I'm going back to the sound, but what I'm going to do is I want to be able to control how long that sound plays, or when I let my hand off of the pad, it stops. So you're going to go into ADSR. So I'm in the sampler. Really, this only works for samples inside of the sampler here. You won't see this every time, for every sound, but most sounds, if you in the browse and they are listed in the sample tab, when you click off of browse, you're going to see this sampler thing here. This is pretty much the engine. This is the I guess this would be the drum synthesis. It's the sampler, but it works just like the drum synthesis. You know what I mean? You can go in and do whatever you need to. And one of my favorite things that I do when I come in here, it's got 6 pages. If you click the arrow over, so on the second page, I just change the type to ADSR, and sometimes I'll use the AHD if I need to, depending on. So say I wanted to play for a certain amount of time or decay, but usually I will tighten the decay, and yeah, I'm gonna tighten the decay and make it hold for 775.0 milliseconds. Right? As you heard at the end, it chopped it off immediately. It didn't do a decay. So let's tighten it even more. So watch this. Then and it cuts it. But if I turn my decay up, it'll just kind of just, you know, decay. Like that. It just decay. So that's what that's for. Sometimes I use that. Sometimes I don't. Most of the times I use the ADSR because I like to just hold the note and cut it off when the next count or the next beat come in. So I might do something like this. Let's adjust my release. Kind of like the decay, but you still have a decay option here. But in this case, I am adjusting my release. I like the way the release sound. The release doing just what I need. Now for my decay, it will still decay, I believe. Okay, at that point the decay don't mean anything. And then you also have a sustain. The sustain actually acts like a attack feature. Okay, no it don't. All right, so yeah, just showing you several ways you can do things in here. You can tune. All right, say you don't like how hard it hits, you can adjust the start, and I had to do this earlier, which is awesome. Okay, I need to bring up another sound just so I can exaggerate better, but your start is pretty much cutting into the sample. You're making your start time start later on in the sample versus the top. So say like the attack is, or like the attack at the tip of it got like this sound, like a ting sound at the beginning. You want to cut that off, you can adjust that right here by doing that. You can also reverse the sound, which is fantastic. Okay, not a good example, but let's see. Let's bring up another sound so I can show you guys what I mean. All right, let's go for a sample. Now I can show you what I'm talking about. Now let's turn on the reverse. All right, that's how that works. Now for the start, like I was showing you guys, say I don't want it to start right there. I wanted to kind of start it later on in the sample. I can make start there. All right, that's the tuning and ADSR. All right, so that's just, you know, just going through whatever I can find, showing you guys until I get some questions. All right, so let's see. There's so much I can show you guys. I was going to show you something else that I was thinking of, but the mixing, let's play with that for a second. Self-explanatory. If you want to get to the panning, you just hit the arrow and you can control the which side you want to come out your ear, or, you know, the jog wheel works for anything. So On the Maschine Studio, you have several ways to doing something. For instance, on this particular sound, I can control the volume up here by the window, right? Or I can use my big wheel here, my toggle wheel, or click on sound right here and use this knob. All right, and this is for group. If you want to turn up and down the entire group, and this is for the master level. So say you're not in this particular window and you want to adjust the sound right quick without hitting the mix button, you can just hit sound for the sound that you're selecting. You know what I'm saying? Quick feature, which is pretty cool. Just so, you know, like I'm saying, it's just on this thing is just there are like more than one ways to do the same thing, which is cool for me. You know, it's really cool. Love the pre-heal feature. Turn it on and just scroll through everything. I'm gonna start something here. Look for. Okay. Wait for my drive to load up. Okay. Let's see what the tempo is. Speed it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Something like that. Okay, so if you were paying attention, what I just did, what I did was I programmed some drums, right? But I didn't have my fixed velocity on. You know, if you guys like programmed drums, like the MPC, they're, you know, how the I forget what that button is called, but it's like fixed velocity, like 127, like all the way high. And you know, you want the drums always being loud, and then just go in the mixer and mix however you need to. You can definitely do that here by going to pad mode and hit the fixed velocity, or you can do something else. Say like you wanted to give your track some authenticity or whatever, you know, a human feel or whatever. I use 16 velocities, which is a feature that I always use, always, because I'm just that type of person. So basically what 16 velocities is, it's the volume of one sound across 16 pads. Okay, so you got from 1 all the way to 16, which is the highest. All right, so I might do something like this. You know, depending on what I'm doing, I'll use that a lot on some hi-hats, shakers, If I'm using bongos or congos or other percussion sounds, I'm using the 16 velocity just to give like this, in and out sound. Or you can be creative, like if you doing trap or something, you know. Building it up all the way, you know what I'm saying? You can do it like that as well. Or you can go in on your inside the software and paint it in. You can actually paint it in. It's a feature on the bottom. You can actually paint. Let me show you that right quick. But I was going to fix something else. But in process, I can show you. What this paint feature is right quick. Not a problem. Okay, so this paint feature down at the bottom. Okay. All right. And what I mean by this, let me show you. Let me program something where I'm kind of doing something like that. I'll just do, let's say, okay. So right at the end, I just put in a bunch of snare sounds at 32, at the resolution of 32, right? So if I bring that back, okay, that's what I did. Now, it's at full velocity, fixed velocity. And if I wanted to like make it do like a crescendo type thing, I just click on the paint tool and just click down here where the volume nodes are and just do like that. So I can create like a little tree down here and just click and it'll just follow like that. And then let your mouse go and it'll do something like this. See that? Let's do that again. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. All right. So that's how that works in case you wanted to do something and you have a little bit more control of it. You can do it like that as well. And you can also you can add notes across according to well, it's not according to, it's actually according to the grid, whatever your grid is set to. If your grid is set to 116, it's going to put in 116. If it's set to, let's see, if I change this to 1/8, let's see what it does. Yeah, and it just put in 1/8 notes, which is cool. That's awesome. Never really had to do that, but okay, this is what I was going to do. I'm going to get out a paint feature, and I noticed how my snare wasn't hot every time I hear it, so I was just going to adjust the volume. But y'all had me going showing y'all the paint tool, so I'm just adjusting my volume right now. So okay, now I got it to where I want it. So okay, let's see. There's another feature I'd like to share with you guys, or another machine tip. And this tip is, oh man, I did it again. I showed y'all something and had, okay, let's do that again. Let's do that again. And this time I think I want to keep it. All right, I apologize. I was showing you guys how to do something on my screen and you were looking at the machine the entire time. Why didn't y'all say anything? I got to stop doing that. All right. So basically what I did was, let's see, what did I do? I'm going to paint this in. Just click on this little paint tool down here, and I'm gonna paint these notes. Nope, that's not it. I have to change my resolution, and bam, bam, like that. No, it's not what I want. I want 32s. Give me 32s. There we go. Just like that. And I want to control the volume down here. There we go. That's how. Well, let's do it again, like that. So I should hear what I heard before. Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. All right. Let's do something else. I do this so much, I forget sometimes. All right. Now this is the other feature I want to show you guys. Say for instance, what's going on? Okay, I don't know what it was doing. All right, say for instance, you are let's go for a piano sound or instrument, an instrument that plays a note. How about that? Okay, let's go for that. And say you don't have a keyboard or something like that. There's a way to actually play the notes in your pad without a keyboard. There's actually a couple of ways. You can go to pad mode, and click the keyboard function. Okay, you can actually play chords too if you in the piano sound, but this is like a lead sound. It's like a, let's see. Let's show you that right now. Why not, right? Not necessarily what I was looking for. It's so low. I got a pound. Okay. Okay, I was getting a little delay and I had to fix something right quick. All right, moving along. Okay, you can do it like that. You can go to pad mode, like I said. You can click on keyboard and say you need more. Like, man, I need to get the octave higher. You can actually click the octave up here. All right, or you can octave lower. Say you need the notes between notes. Semitone. Okay, so you hit semitones just to get to the next note by semitones, or octave. If you need to jump a whole octave up or octave down, you have those functions right here. Okay, that's one way to get to the keyboard. That is, I'm showing you different ways to get to the keyboard. You can, hit pad mode, click keyboard. Here's a shortcut. Shift keyboard. Shift keyboard. To get out of that, shift keyboard again. That's a great function. Now, shift navigate actually brings up the plugin inside of your software on your computer. And let's show my screen now. Okay, you can see my screen. Cool. All right, so I'm gonna hit shift navigate, and you can see my plugin. That's the plugin that I'm using for this specific sound. And this is the sample that I was telling you guys. It's like a synthesis, like a drum synthesis is what I'm saying. You know, it's like doing some of the same stuff. And you remember that part where I was showing you guys where you adjust the start? That would be this here if you want on your computer. Here I just same if I do it on my controller. It won't show on the computer for some reason. I'm not sure why. But you can adjust saturation on here. A little dirtier sound. Change the filter, you know, the low pass, high pass, and even adjust the EQs if you need to. Or you can make it one shot, AHD, ADSR, just like we did it, you know, like I showed you on the machine. But here's the features inside of here. Okay, and this loop on, I have to actually okay, and I got it going backwards. Let me turn off. I believe I had the reverse on. Yeah, I did. Check this out. Now it's going forward. Now, this is a sample that will play from here, from right to right here, right? So if I have my loop on, this is something I learned the other day, actually. So I'm showing you guys. If I got my loop on, it'll play all the way right here, and then keep looping right here. You see that? Pretty cool, right? Or I can move my loop higher. And you hear that that looping effect. If you don't want that, man, I'm so advanced right now. I'm stop and go back and figure out some easy stuff to show y'all. I hope you guys enjoying yourself. I'm just all over the place. Kind of just showing you stuff. I don't even know, like, what would be simple. I guess go back to trying to build this beat and run into different things I can show you, I guess. But if you guys got any questions, please feel free to interrupt me and ask questions. There's a million things about Maschine, and everything you can think of, you can do on here. It's like sky's the limit, you know. I'm trying to think of something I created that I can show you guys that I won't get in trouble for. Let's see. Let me check to see if I have anything in here that I can show you guys. And I've actually produced an entire yeah. I'm unable to show you guys anything at the moment. because everything that I've been doing is either for an artist or a library, you know, and the contractual agreement at the moment is not allowing me to share anything right now. So I have to kind of keep that to myself until I get further notice that I can publicize my work. But I'm just gonna keep going. Wow, didn't mean to do that. I usually don't use the keyboard function in here for piano sounds, whatever. I may do a bass line every once in a while, but I have to use my keyboard. So, okay, one of the things that I know is pretty cool in the browse, like I said last week, in the browse window, you can browse everything in categories. Like if you're in the sample section, it's going to start off like this, and then when you turn your knob over, it's going to say drums. That's going to be the first option. And then the next one's going to be loops. And the last one is going to be one shots. And then you got everything here all at once. But if you want to break down into categories, then you start playing with the all subtypes. Now I can go to ambience, blip and block, buzz, chord, click, crackle, distortion, glitch, metal, lick, scratch, SFX, vocal, you know, things like that. That's in the one shot. Sweep and swells is where all my transitional sounds. And turn on the prehear, you can hear them. Some great stuff in here. All right, this is good. I'm building the beat, and I heard something that was off. So we're going to visit the events tab, and it was, what sound was that? Yeah, this is the sound I just added. And what's good about this window is you can do your nudge and your nudging over here and moving and adjusting notes and things like that. So on my right screen, I can actually focus in to everything that's going on. And I'm noticing this one little note right here that's kind of off at the fourth bar. Let's listen to that. I don't know if you can hear that, but it kind of came in just slightly earlier than I needed to. I'm turning it up so y'all can hear the difference. Now, I could do one or two things. I can actually nudge that over. And by the way, when you go to grid, by default, it will be set at perform. All right. If you building a beat, that's not what you're looking for. And you're looking to tab over to the step tab. All right. You got to tab over. And from what we're doing now, this resolution, you know, this up here, what affects what we're doing now. Usually by default is set to 1/16. I had it at 132, and that's why I, got that mess up right there, like a 30-second off. So I set it to 1/16, but if you need to move it, you want to come tighter, you can do 1/8, you can do 1/4, you can do half. I never use those. Only the main ones I use is 1/8. I don't even use that. This is I usually leave it there, but if I'm doing something in 30 seconds, I'm using 32s, or I might come over here 32 triplets or 16 triplets or whatever the case may be. But for this case, we're just building something simple. We're gonna leave it at 1/16. Cool. So we're gonna get out of there, and we're gonna go back over to events. Now, I can zoom in. This is the zoom in and out right here, as you can see. Zooming in and out, and this now right here is moving it over. And over here, which is good because it's like it's putting like a it's guiding you as to where exactly are you on the grid. So as I was moving this screen over, I need to get to that note right there. So I'm gonna just move my screen over just to get over there, and bam, there's that note. And I don't know if you can see that, but like it needs to be right here. Okay, I'm sorry. It needs to be right here. And you can see a little bit of that note hanging past my finger. It's too far over, so I need to nudge that over. So in order to nudge that one note over, I have to move. I know this is a lot, guys, but over here is the selection. It's got start, end, start and end. I can actually select what I want, the exact note that I need to nudge. Now this is the only note that I want to nudge, and I can't do that because this, if I just use this, it'll just move, the locator or whatever. That's not what I'm trying to do. I have to actually hit nudge and move that note. You see, move that note over just like that. All right. If I need to move it up and down, like note wise, just hit note. No, it's not doing it. Okay. I'm doing something wrong. So we're gonna leave that alone. But when I'm in keys, like if I'm adjusting like a keyboard or something like that, the piano, I can do that. Oh, I know why it's not doing it, because I'm not in. I have to be in keyboard mode. That's why. Duh. I have to be here. Remember that feature I just showed you guys? Shift And see, this is going to become very handy because, like, why would you go way over here just to go and hit keyboard, right? Like, it don't make no sense. Like, while you in event, just click on over the keyboard, and let's see if I can zoom in. Okay, it just moved it up or down. Cool. I'm gonna zoom in so I can be exaggerate. Let's hit note. Now it moves up and down. You see that? See that, ladies and gentlemen? It moves up and down. That's beautiful. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna get out of there. So that's not really doing. That's one way I can do it. Or I can do it like this. I can click on this button, and usually in this section, whatever note, what I'll take that back. Whatever pad that you're using, it will usually light up here like this. So this is, you can see like right here, it of course it will correspond to the to the grid, to the note. So this is the snare I just programmed in here. That's what I want to affect. If I click on this one, this is the other snare that I programmed right before this one. If I click on this one, this is, what is this? I don't remember that. That's the kick, I believe. And then something else. Now, if you select them all, this is selecting them all, but that's not what I want to do. I can actually select which one I want. And what I'm about to do is just quantize it. That's not the one I want to quantize. So I'm gonna quantize this, and I can quantize it 100% or 50%. To get to 50%, you hit the shift. So anything that's written black on the hardware itself, this silver piece here, or the black, whichever color you have, if it's written in on this right here, black on top of the button, is usually programmable by hitting shift. All right. So I can hit 50%, but I don't need to do that right now. I'm just gonna hit quantize, and everything just locked in place perfectly like I need to. Actually, it didn't, because I'm looking at some stuff that's off. Which is not a problem, because what I just showed y'all, I'm already selected on this here. Okay, I'm going to adjust my end to take it off the last one because we fixed that, and then adjust my top. The top was fine. The very first one, the very first sound was snare sound, was perfect. I make the nudge, bring it back over, 16, lock it in, boom, here we go. Got to nudge it over one more time. But I should have been zoomed in so I can definitely see what I'm doing. Let's see if it locked in. So it should lock this time. Now, I usually don't use a snare that has that much bass. I don't know if you guys are paying attention, or if you have on headphones, you can definitely hear the tone, the quality of what I'm doing. But I will fix that. That snare sound has a nice, okay, that snare sound has a nice bottom to it, a bottom that I don't need. So, and sometimes this is how I do things. I don't really pick a sound according to what it sounds like in the browser. I pick a sound according to the, the total potential of it. You know what I mean? Like, I like the attack on the snare. I like the way it sounds. It just has this bottom to it that I don't care for. So again, going back to this feature that I showed you guys earlier, and I'm going to tab over, and this time I'm going to turn on the filter. Okay, low pass filter. Let's listen how that. Actually, I could solo the snare right quick just to hear the snare. I was in the wrong one. High pass filter. Oh, wait a second. I was selected on the wrong. I was selected on the wrong one. All right, low pass filter. No, high pass filter. Check this out. I'm actually bringing in some of the body back, you know, the body of the snare, the tone of the snare, because it was too high. And I'm bringing it in just enough that it just eliminates the low. Because this is, if I bring it all the way in, this is what it sounds like. Like I didn't make an adjustment. So I'm gonna just bring it in just a little bit, cut off some of that low end. And I gotta figure out what this other sound is. What is this? Let's unsolo it. That's what it was. Still giving me a nasty. Let's cut some off. There we go. Okay, and something else that could be helpful on this machine that has a restart and a play, right? This is play, but if you want to start all the way from the top, you always hit the restart. It starts at the top, and then play is usually a stop. I'm sure you guys figured that out. But if I want to just start, and I want to just put something in at the 4th bar, okay, I can go right there, tab over, move my cursor, and I can see the bars up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I just want to come in at bar 4. And I can just add in what I need to. Okay, I missed it. 4. Okay, that's what I wanted to add. And then save a project, you know, in case you need to save. Whatever you save it to the first time, it's saved, and then when you keep hitting save, it just resave over what you had before, which is cool. So it's like, it's handy, a handy feature that's built in the system. You know, just go hit save, you know what I'm saying, and voila, it's saved. It's saved. All right, we're gonna go to the drawing board and see if there's any questions. We have reached our final mark. It is time to leave you guys. Yeah, I know it's sad. I probably will have to continue this next week. I probably won't. I don't know. It depends. You guys let me know what you think. Comment, subscribe to my channel. Send me an email. However you want to contact me, give me questions, let me know what you think. Are you learning anything? I want to help you guys. This is the reason why I started doing this in the first place, to help you guys, whatever questions you may have. And I'm here to help you guys the best way I can. I just went through various amount of techniques or tricks, and I hope that it helped you guys. Um, Again, I really appreciate you guys for showing support. You guys helped me get over 1,000 subscribers. I'm very excited about that. Just reached over 1,000. I know that's a small number, but for me, that's huge. 1,000 subscribers, man. I'm excited about that. Um, and my YouTube views are climbing. The more and more people are looking at what I'm doing, so very also excited about that. And you know, I feel like that's what I'm here for, to help you guys out, whatever you guys need. Um, Earlier today, I submitted for an orchestrational electronic hybrid, this library that that I'm submitting to, and that's pretty much been the last couple of days. Just you know, hard working, and the deadline was a little bit early today, so you know, I'm still kind of overwhelmed. You know, um, got no sleep, so I'm on here tirelessly and just still going. You know, probably when I end the show, I might be knocked out or something. Probably not. I'll probably start something else. You know, that's what it's about, though. You know, if you pray and grind, which is my new motto. That's what I believe in. If you pray and you grind, ain't no telling what could happen. You know, so producers, artists, whoever you are watching, um, just keep doing what you do. You know what I mean? Keep being a positive impact on this world, on this industry. We can't change everybody. You know what I mean? But we can change some people. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's what's most important. The fact that I'm able to reach out to some people. I'm not looking to reach out to everybody. That's impossible. Everybody ain't gonna like what I do. Everybody not gonna like what you do. But if you can reach out to some people and touch some people, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? You've made a change. You know what I mean? You've made a change. You know. Visit my website. It's listed below. Yeah, right here. Right there. There we go. Listed right there. Wow. ksound.com. I'm blogging all the time. I have a couple of blogs on there. I've reviewed a couple of expansion kits, and I've actually uploaded some video on my channel. Check that out. Let me know what you think. And when I get my hands on more stuff, I'll definitely let you guys know what I think. Upload it to the channel. And I'm out. All right. Yeah, I'm out. It's been good. I don't want to leave you guys, but I gotta go. I gotta go. All right, y'all.